Hey, what's up guys? Ben from My Sports Stop here with Richie Donnell. Our scouting report today is on Charles Harris from Missouri.
Yeah, this guy's your prototypical Missouri defensive end. A lot of these guys we've been seeing over the last couple of years, kind of that tweener position.
Yeah.
But good speed, good burst, gets to the quarterback.
The thing that stood out for me, and we kind of talked about it with Myles Garrett a little bit, is his explosion.
Yeah, this guy just finds ways to get to the quarterback. 30 tackles for loss over the last 2 years. Somehow Missouri seems to find these guys that just have that next level get off in order to make plays behind the line of scrimmage, and he's just the next guy in that lineage of players that came before him.
Going off of that, I think another thing, he's an energy guy, and when I watch tape, I like to watch when the runner goes the other way, you know, see how they react.
Right.
With Charles Harris, he runs all the way over. He doesn't just stop and just wait until the whistle blows. No, he makes the moves.
Yeah, and not only that, but with his burst and his acceleration, he might even get to the running back before they get a chance to pass the line of scrimmage. On the other side, his hustle, determination, his ability to make plays in the backfield is next level, which has pushed him up into that first-round discussion.
Now, there's a ton of tweener guys in this draft, and he's just one of many. Do you see him more as a defensive end or outside linebacker?
I kind of see him as both, so to speak. He's another one of those guys that can play either or, depending upon where he ends up getting drafted. But I see him as a prototypical third-down rusher, whether that's as a sub guy who runs in a 3-4 and plays that outside linebacker edge rusher, or a guy who you sub in a 4-3 at the defensive end spot. He's a little undersized at 250, but I think the acceleration and the get-off will help him early in his career until he's able to add weight.
And I do think he's going to be attracting more 3-4 teams than 4-3 just because of his size, 253. If a 4-3 team does want to invest in him, he's going to have to pack on at least 20 more pounds.
Yeah, somebody that reminds me of is Daniel Hunter when he was coming out. Wasn't somebody who was necessarily high on a lot of people's boards. Was a middle round pick coming out of Arkansas, but he was the same thing. Minnesota brought him in, but they kept him at defensive end and just told him, rush the quarterback. We're going to put you in sub packages and third down and passing situations and stuff like that. And Daniel Hunter just continued to get better to eventually now maybe one of the best defensive ends in the league and one of the best sack artists in the league currently, and that could be Charles Harris. Yeah,
absolutely. And a guy I have him compared to, another pretty good sack artist, Cameron Wake. And Wake has played a little bit in the 3-4 and the 4-3, and he's just done so much for himself in Miami, kind of a little bit undersized. And I think Charles Harris, you know, if he wants to be good in the NFL, watch Cameron Wake's tape.
Yeah, absolutely.
So where do you see him going in the draft?
Yeah, I think this is a guy who, depending upon where we start to fall in that late first round, I don't think he's quite good enough to reach up above that 20 spot. But if you see those first four guys just start flying off the board in a major run at the top, you could see him sneak in above 20. Somebody that might fall in love with him or say, hey, this is a need and we think he's good enough. But otherwise, I think you're going to see him more in that 23 to 28, 29 range, maybe even slide to 30, 32.
I agree with you 100%. And, you know, we talk about, you know, with tweeners, Myles Garrett, Solomon Thomas, Derek Barnett, they're at the top. And I think a lot of people are going to fall in love with Taco Charlton as well. So Charles Harris is going to have to compete with those guys. And in the end, I think you're going to see him slide a little bit and see a playoff team pick him.
Yeah, I think so as well. And you know, a lot of those playoff teams have now gone to that 3-4 scheme and have started to invest in younger players playing that outside edge rushing position and have kind of found a way to really develop those guys. And I think that would be a good spot for him, even though obviously you want to go higher and get that guaranteed money. I think
you're playing with a playoff team. So.
Right. I think that's a good spot for him.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to go on our website, mysportstop.com, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more original videos.